I hope you're watching this video in time because we have two very important things to cover. Number one, the overall stock market is gearing up to rip even higher. In the past couple of videos, I've shared my market predictions of bullish, and I saw the comments, people call me out saying I'm a crazy person, but guess what? The market is higher right now, and I think it's still gonna continue even higher. Then the second thing we need to get into is not only the overall market geared up to explode, I think one thing's gonna outpace it, and that's old Tesla. Ticker symbol TSLA had an amazing day, and I think this is just the start of it because we got some big news coming down the pipeline. Before we get into the details of why I'm so bullish and why I think Tesla could really squeeze, don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy these type of market breakdowns. With that being said, let's rock. By the time the world's largest casino officially closed on the day, here was the headline. S&P 500 rises for a third day as traders hope for progress on the US-China trade talks. And it's the progress we've already seen that explains why the overall market is looking so dang good. The S&P 500 gaining 0.55% today, which means we are only a mere about 1.7% away from an all-time high. I know that's crazy to hear, but it's the exciting truth. The SPY, obviously nice gain of 0.55, tech sector even better of 0.66, Bitcoin in real-time trading just below 110,000, and obviously the belle of the ball, Tesla gaining 5.7% today, trading around 326. What a recovery. But it wasn't just Tesla. If you look at the heat map of the S&P 500, decent amount of green compared to red, so it's not the most green we've ever seen, but looking pretty freaking good. So before we get into Tesla, I want to talk about the overall market because we have some important things going down. For the past 2 days, the talk of the town has been the US-China trade talks, and we got some good news. According to Howard Lutnick, the Commerce Secretary, talks going really well. Hope they end this evening. Trade talks could go into tomorrow if needed, but instead they actually continued the talks today, and right here, US-China talks on break will continue at 8 p.m. local time. Feel free to do your own research on it, but everything that's being reported from both sides is that progress is being made. The tensions are a bit high, but once again, we are currently better off where we are now than we were even a mere week ago. This is being reported to the market, and you can see the market is really liking when it's here because sky high is apparently the destination. But wait, there's more positive news as it relates to trade talks, this time involving India and the US to expedite trade talks ahead of Trump's tariff deadline, which remember is early July, and we're seeing this similar sentiment from other large trade partners. So it's not just positive news with India, it's not just positive news with China, we're even seeing somewhat now with the Eurozone, so things are looking pretty freaking good. Now there is a fair argument that you could say, all right,
that's already priced in and the price action is inherently in the past. We want to talk about where it's going.
Why have I been so bullish and why am I continuing to stay bullish in the short term? Well, let's look at a leading indicator. Let's look at the options market because remember, options are bets on where price is going to be in the future. Here's the delta flow on the S&P 500, pretty freaking jagged. It popped up, it dropped, it popped, it dropped, and I want to point out that we have two different delta lines. We have the 0DT and the all expiration, and the fact that they're so tightly coupled means that the overall delta move today just on the 0DT bets, we didn't really see that much of a difference in the longer duration bets. Once again, this is for the S&P 500. Quick side note, this is all from Spot Gamma. I've used all the option analytics tools out there. This is by far the best. It's in the description below. I believe you could get 80% off if you use that link for the first month to check it out. By far the best option analytics tool, and let me prove to you why. Here's a look at the Mag 7. The combination of Apple, Amazon, Google, Meta, Microsoft, Nvidia, and Tesla. Notice how this week's expiration and the all expiration were tightly coupled up until about 11:30, and then all of a sudden, yes, they both did pop as in bullish for this Friday, but the longer expiration had an even bigger delta. What does that tell you? When the longer duration has even more positive delta than the shorter expiration duration, well, that tells you down the line, people are even more bullish. So not only am I only bullish for this Friday, but longer out, I'm even more bullish. And that's not only true for the overall market, where I think it's realistic that we hold this breakout, then I'm watching 6,100, and past that, I'm looking at the all-time high. Yes, I think that is very possible in the coming weeks, especially as we head into July, but I'm uniquely excited about the opportunity in Tesla. This is the options flow on Tesla, and man, oh man, is it bottom left, top right type of ripping, squeezing action. The options market, remember, a leading indicator, is absurdly bullish. Pretty much all day. No one was touching puts, and all these longer duration calls being bought and bought and bought. So is this necessarily a perfect prediction? No, but I do like the odds, because remember, when it comes down to the stock market, we're looking at the high probability pathway, and when I see this much bullish aggression, well, it makes me pretty excited. So that's the options market. Let's look at the technicals. Well, we made pretty much a higher low. We took out the recent highs, upside gap fill. We saved ourselves on this EMA cloud. My next target is going to be around 340, 350. And could this come soon? Once again, I don't have a crystal ball, but I do know we have some exciting news. Musk touts driverless Tesla test ahead of the Austin robotaxi launch going down this week. So we're already seeing some interesting videos of it. Check this out right here. This is in Austin, the first ever Tesla Model Y robotaxi with no one in the driver's seat spotted testing in public roads in Austin, Texas. If this goes well, it's gonna be massive news. Although neither Musk nor Tesla have specified a precise launch date, Bloomberg has reported that Tesla aims to begin operating its robotaxi networks this week, June 12th. The company has been testing self-driving Model Y SUVs that will be used in the operation's initial phase. Model Ys with manufacturing plates and a person behind the wheel have been spotted driving around parts of Austin, including South Congress. So to put that in another way, in just a couple days, we might get one of the most revolutionary technology announcements that we've had in years. FSD, full self-driving, might be here. Now, very quickly, just to switch gears up on you, I do want to let you know that as I'm filming this, Trump has actually started his speech, so you might want to pay attention to what he does or doesn't say, especially as it relates to the trade situation. Tomorrow morning, an hour before the market opens, we're going to be getting an inflation report, the CPI report, very important. It is the final major inflation report before next week's FOMC decision, and then obviously we have the 10-year note auction, the PPI report, and the 30-year bond auction, both on Thursday of this week. And even though we're not in earnings season, I do want to let you know, once again, as I'm filming this, GameStop is dropping their earnings, and then we have a big tech player, Oracle, reporting after the market closes on Wednesday. Just a couple other things to put on your radar. But overall, just to recap, the overall market is looking amazing. Higher highs, higher lows. The structure is phenomenal. The momentum is phenomenal. And we're seeing a lot of aggression in the options market. And then to call out one individual equity, Tesla has everything. It saved itself from a technical perspective. The options market is absurdly bullish, and we're going to get some big headline news on it this week. I'm very, very excited to see where it goes. But with that being said, I would love to get your thoughts and opinions in a comment below. I'll catch you in the next one.